Trump's border czar and self-described tough guy, Tom Homan, is whining that people are being mean online and saying bad things about ICE. Oh no. On Tuesday, Tom Homan decried this and knew where to put the blame. That's right. He had blamed the politicians' criticisms of ICE for an alleged uptick in violence towards the agency's personnel. So he went on MSNBC's Morning Joe and basically said, oh, well, you know, I think the masks are necessary. They're important. How do we get rid of the masks? Stop the hateful rhetoric. Just stop saying hateful things. Well, you first, bro. I mean, you and the rest of your fascist party probably should stop not only saying hateful things, but also doing pretty much everything that you're doing right now. Now, he added, quote, I specifically mean members of Congress. If members of Congress can compare ICE to the Nazis, that gives some of those people on the far left, the out-of-control people, it emboldens them to take action. Okay, so basically he wants to shut up people like AOC, members of the squad who had called to abolish ICE because it is the modern-day Gestapo. Oh no, apparently I'm being mean now. No, look, it's not like ICE hasn't earned their criticism. They've been wearing masks, they've been concealing your badges, and snatching people up at work, school, church, you name it, disappearing them to places like CCOT, concentration camps, where they're beaten, tortured. I mean, look at what happened to Abrego Garcia. And you want us to not call you Nazis? Come on. And look, here's the thing. ICE is extremely unpopular. They really are. I mean, the polling here, Quinnipiac University poll showed voters disapproved of how ICE was enforcing immigration laws, 57 to 39%. ICE's numbers on immigration were even worse than Donald Trump's. An NPR PBS News Mayor's poll last month showed 54% of Americans think that ICE had gone too far in enforcing immigration law. A CNN poll released last weekend showed Americans oppose Trump's expanded ICE funding 53 to 31%. And there you go. In each of these polls, by the way, independents were even more negative than the overall numbers. Among independents, 63% disapprove of ICE's actions in the Quinnipiac poll, 59% said it had gone too far in the mayor's poll, and 58% opposed to new funding in the CNN poll. Independents, look at that. Independents, not happy. The only people that are happy with what ICE is doing, Republicans. They love it. They're all getting chubbies over there watching the violence against people who are, brown skin. That's it. All of these numbers suggest that ICE is in an even worse position than it was back in 2018. Now, what happened back in 2018? Well, people had been making the call to abolish ICE. So, again, these are members of the squad. These are progressives. These are people on the left that were saying ICE is a criminal agency. We got to get rid of it. There is no reason for us to have ICE. Get rid of it. Now, the Democratic Party didn't do it. In fact, when President Biden took over, he and the Democratic establishment actually expanded ICE. They gave it more funding. They got even more harsh on immigration. In fact, in March of 2024, President Biden signed a $1.2 trillion government funding bill that significantly increased funding for ICE. The bill included more funding to surveil immigrant communities. It also allowed allocated over $3 million for ICE to detain over 40,000 people in detention facilities. And so, yes, progressives were absolutely correct in calling to abolish the agency, but The establishment said, no, we like ICE. We like what they're doing. We like putting the fear in immigrants so that they work for less, so that they work for their, corporate masters, our corporate masters, and make them more money. I mean, that's what immigration in this country is. That's why we haven't had immigration reform, because they don't want to stop the gravy train. These farmers, these companies, corporations, like the Trump organization, they have long been known to use undocumented labor and to skirt labor protections. I mean, that's the whole point, to underpay them, to skirt labor protections. And if they bring anything like that up, well, we'll just deport you then. We'll send you back to the hellhole that you came from. We'll send you back to a place where there's civil war, there's poverty, there's unrest, where you're being targeted for your gender identity. We're going to send you back if you don't sit down and shut up and make me more money. That's why there hasn't been immigration reform. And yes, the Democrats are in on it as well, because they perpetuate that system. And I'm sorry, but the truth hurts. Now, that said, progressives, they were right in calling to abolish ICE, because now it's being used as Trump's police force. And that's what he's doing. Now, that said, according to Homan, oh, no, calling them that, oh, that's the real problem. Can't call them names. How unfair. Totally unfair. Oh, okay. So Nazis are getting real upset when you call them Nazis. Great. Sure. Why don't you own it? Because that's what you are. I mean, this is nothing more than tone policing, okay? And it's absolutely tone deaf. But that's what they're going with. It's what they're going with. And they're claiming, oh my God, do you see all the assaults against ICE agents? Oh, you're attacking law enforcement. That's real ironic, considering how the MAGA mob on January 6th attacked law enforcement. And they were totally okay with that. Totally okay with that. Now, earlier this month, the White House had issued a statement attributing this surge of assaults against ICE agents to, quote, dangerous inflammatory rhetoric from Democrat politicians. The examples it provided, of course, were nothing more than legitimate criticisms of ICE's enforcement under Trump. That they are the secret police. They're doing all the things that they're being criticized for. Doing all the things that, I don't know, the Gestapo is doing. Look, when people in plain clothes with known law enforcement identifying markers, they come up and grab you while you're at work or wherever you're at. I mean, you're going to think, what the hell? What are you doing? Who are you people? And you're probably going to fight back. Because for all you know, they're criminals. They're there to harm you, or they're there to rob you. They're there to do something you don't know. And then these people, these cowards that are hiding behind their masks, will be like, oh, resisting arrest. Resisting arrest? I didn't even know you were a cop. Ah, well, we're ICE. Close enough. That's what they're doing. And again, if you call them criminals, you're not wrong. They are criminals. They are a criminal organization protected by a criminal president and all of his weak and pathetic bootlicking enablers. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you become a member on our YouTube page, you become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.